Good evening, Dragon Nation, and welcome to the Game Day Show. I'm one of your hosts, Jeff Gorby. I'm joined to my right here, Coach Dave Carroll, and to his right is Mr. Coach Jack Harris. As we start talking, we get into some things. We need to recap last week. Big win at South Point last weekend. South Point come in with a two-headed monster in the backfield, and Wilburn and Freeman. Both running backs run exceptionally hard. But the Dragons' passing attack was just too much. We're going to take a look at some
highlights.
We're going to take a look at some highlights here from last week's game. I think the first highlight is the Codgers play of the game with Quentin Kermeans. And we'll take a look at Quentin here.
On the replay, Coach, we both went, oh.
Yeah.
And then we come here, get out of my way, Nat.
Yeah, just a big run from him. Quentin has run. That is one thing we'll say about Quentin. The 3 years that he's been on the varsity football team here, when he runs the football and that first contact, whoever's trying to tackle him understands. I just got hit.
He's got a lot of forward lean. That's what I like about him.
There's Earl Campbell.
See him get redirected.
That's right.
You guys were calling him Earl Campbell, and I was just watching that there, and I was just thinking, I would consider him more. I think you guys should start calling him the CSX train.
Well,
my son-in-law would like that.
Yeah,
I guess we could do that.
He runs like
the train.
Calls him the train, the CSX train. So, again, that was a great run.
The train Cremains. I like it.
That's right.
Hey, there we go.
That's right. Their second play, Peyton Jackson to Bryson Hunt. Bryson with a diving catch in the end zone.
Coach, this is a great throw. Watch this right here.
Nice high point right here. Two hands. Just the way the coaches draw it up. Get up there, high point it, and catch it with your hands.
Catch it with your hands. One thing we will say about Bryson is such an athlete. Whether he was, he played basketball a couple years ago, baseball field, pitcher, he was center fielder, shortstop. He understands how to play every game and just be an athlete. And Bryson going up, like you said, high pointing the ball, two hands, bringing it down for a good touchdown catch.
First of all, you got two things there. You got the line blocking to give Peyton time. Peyton makes a perfect throw. Bryson makes a perfect catch.
Yeah. Would that be considered the perfect play?
He's a student of the game, I can tell you that. And it doesn't matter what game he's playing.
That's right. He's always out here learning. Second one, Cam Kidd for the big run. I want you to pay attention to the lineman. Elias Blankenship, 73, right out here in front.
Pancake block right here, Coach.
Boom. And that's, that's huge.
Nice spin move there, too, by Cam.
Coach, Jerry, can we get it one more time?
Yeah, that was
awesome. Let everybody see number 73 on your screen there, pulling up at the top.
73 right here, coming up with a big Orlando pace pancake block.
Yeah, that was.
If that don't get you excited,
that was a Bob Evans pancake.
That was a big Bob Evans. Coach, it did it. I know. I can barely remember him playing. Did that look like Dean Wilkes pulling out there? Former Fairland Dragon, just running over. A little bit smaller version, we'll say.
Right. Well, Dean was a big boy. He was about 6'4", close to 6'5", and he went on and played at the University of Kentucky. But, that's
he was a healthy young lad. I had to try to block him back in the day. That wasn't fun.
That was a beautiful block.
That was. And again, it's a great job by Elias getting out on the trap, getting downfield for the downfield block. Our next one is the combined defense with a goal line stand. This is the third down play here on the goal line. I believe we had turned the ball over to them right here.
That's a great job, Coach.
Right.
Kids getting penetration. Look at everybody around the ball. There's about 8 or 9 hats there.
Yes.
You guys kept saying, and I tried to correct you at halftime. You guys were saying a host of dragons. It was a flight or a thunder is a group of dragons.
Well, guess what? We're going to say host.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to say most.
Most of the dragons. So, because I felt like we could start calling the Carl York Thunderdome because it's a host of a group of dragons.
No, we don't want to sound like Sarita Cano.
No, that's true. That's true. That's the Wonderdome. We're going to call it the Thunderdome. But again, a great group tackle. Everybody swarming to the football there on that big stand here on third down. Next one, Tristan Daly with a big sack. This was his third sack of the game. He finished with 4. Again, Tristan here, just big play, getting around the block, reaching up with that big paw, pulling him down.
He had a great game last week.
Great night.
He really did.
4 sacks. Most kids hope to get 4 in a year.
Right. Some I don't. There's coaches going to be several guys that are probably going to be up for Defensive Player of the Year that I don't know will get 4 sacks, in our district. And the last one, Peyton to Keegan Smith with a fade pass corner end zone. I think this may have been. Was this the one that was? No, this was a different one. Keegan caught one right down in front of me and Killer and JR last week.
Yeah.
Coach, that's another perfect pass,
Yes,
but
perfect throw.
But if you see him get off the line of scrimmage, he just gets right past that guy.
He is.
That's one thing about our receivers. They run such great routes. And then the thing that's more amazing than that is what they call the yak yardage.
Yard after the catch.
They're tremendous. They've got great field vision, and you better get them on the ground. Otherwise, they're going to the house.
Coach,
we have a lot of yak, which is yards after the catch, and then, yards after contact.
Yes.
We're getting a lot of yards after that first initial contact, which says a lot about what Michael's doing, what Coach Jackson's doing with the weight room, Coach Petrie, Coach Morris, all those guys who work these kids extremely hard. That yardage after contact also. That's built in the weight rooms where that is.
Coach, I wanted to kind of briefly go down a couple of things. I wrote some things down for us this week.
All right.
Okay, of course, we did beat South Point 35-14, but we finished with 371 total yards. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but guys, do you realize how much better South Point was this year than they have been in the past few years? I mean, they are vastly improved.
I thought the Wilburn kid was their player.
Well, I'm going to talk about him. You wait till you hear what this coach.
Right, but we contained Freeman pretty well.
We did. South Point scored first, and that was our only lead. Eli Wilburn was who you're talking about, Coach. He was 24 for 145 yards rushing. He had 2 catches for 5. So, Coach, he had 150 yards. Do you realize he accounted for 54% of their offense? Over half of their offense was him the other night.
And I said that to you today. We were walking down the hallway there, and I said I felt like Wilburn was the better running back.
Yes.
Oh, I agree. Also, Coach and I didn't see it, but South Point lost their starting quarterback, Zathan Haney, to a shoulder injury. And we didn't know.
After one of the sacks, after one of the sacks by Tristan Daly, and it was a good clean tackle. It was just one of those unfortunate incidents that on the tackle, he shoulder first into that turf.
Well, that happens. And Eli Hunt came in and replaced him. He finished the game with a TD. Blaine, and you talk about Blaine Freeman. He still almost had 100 yards, Coach. He was 17 for 91 yards.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I didn't realize that until I went back and,
They were hard-fought yards, I can tell you.
They were. And here's the thing. We had 17 first downs. South Point had 14.
Again?
Yep. South Point was 54 for 215, 3.9 yards to carry. Wilburn was 67% of their yards. We were 36 for 228, 2 TDs, and we averaged 6.3 yards a carry. Guys, that's great.
Yeah.
6.3 yards. Passing, South Point was 6 for 13 for 64, 1 TD, 1 interception. Peyton Jackson was 9 of 16 for 143, 1 TD, and 1 interception. South Point, believe it or not, Coach, they had 279 yards, but they kept the ball quite a bit. We finished with 371. Penalties, I thought this hurt South Point. We were 7 for 53. They were 9 for 95. And I felt like that hurt. Fumbles, they had 2, lost 1. We had 4 and lost 2. But I don't know. If you all wanted to go through the individual stuff, we can. But
I got a new trivia question. My brother presented this to me the other day. After I got home, I looked up my messages and Rick wanted to know what is the most passing yards in a single game for Fairland.
We looked that up. It was
probably Peyton, isn't it?
that
No,
was Chance Short.
It was Chance Short up at Meg's.
It was a 73,
72, something.
3 overtimes.
3 overtimes. We walked out. The last snap of that game was at 11:15 p.m.
I remember that game.
It was the last snap.
Game.
And I want to think it was 672 yards.
Passing?
I don't remember.
We looked it up.
Yeah, it was crazy
672.
numbers.
I know Michael threw for 300. He was probably the first quarterback to throw for over 300 down at Williamson.
Right.
But I thought Peyton had like 350 this year already.
Pretty close to it.
Yeah.
But again, I know Chance had 672. Meg's had a running back that rushed for 540 or something that night. It was
ridiculous.
Yeah,
I remember that.
It was
wow.
A lot of scoring drives, and they were 3-4 plays.
There was no defense.
No.
Either side.
No.
Doesn't sound like it.
So Coach, let's kind of turn over to you. We're on to the pick'ems for tonight.
Well, guys, it's in there for you pick'ems. I went ahead and, looked these things up. Well, did you find it, Coach? There you go. All right.
I didn't know I was like reading a novel here.
Hey,
there they are.
I'm prepared.
There they are.
Come on now. All right, first pick'em. Coach Harris, you're first on this. You got Chesapeake at home. They're 3-4, 0-4 in the league, versus South Point, 4-3 and 2-2 in the league. Chesapeake lost to Portsmouth 28-6, and of course South Point lost to us 35-14. What do you think?
Well, I think that Chesapeake didn't play a strong enough non-conference schedule. They went 3-0 to start the season, and since then they're 0-4, all of them in the OVC. And I'm going to say they go 0-5. South Point's a legitimate ball club, and I'm going to go with the Pointers.
Okay, Coach, what do you think?
Coach, I completely agree. That's been one of my kind of mottos since we've been here, is your non-conference gets you ready for that OVC schedule. That OVC schedule is no cakewalk in any sport. So your non-conference, you can't play a lot of lower-level schools or smaller schools because it just doesn't get you ready. So again, I think South Point's just way too much for Chesapeake. The Pointers big over the Panthers tonight.
I'm going to tell you that Mr. Wilburn and Mr. Freeman are going to have a good night tonight, both of them, and I'm going to go with South Point.
I think you're correct, too.
Okay. Coach Gorby, you're next. We got Rock Hill at home. They're 2-5 and 0-4 in the league versus Gallia. They're 6-1 and 3-1 in the league. Rock Hill lost to Ironton last week 42-0. I'm going to say the Twos played a lot for Ironton in that game. And then Gallia beat Colgrove 28-12. I was kind of surprised at that score, but I thought Gallia would win more. But what do you think about this one?
Well, this could be a trap game for Gallia. Gallia's looking ahead. They got Ironton next week. Didn't play that well first half last week. Gallia was kind of lagging just a little bit. Rock Hill upset them last year, if you remember. Up there last year, we were on our way home from Portsmouth last year, and we were watching the end of that ball game. But I still think Gallia is just too much for the Red Men. Gallia moves to 7-1 on the season.
Coach, what do you think?
I agree 100%. Gallia did trail Colgrove 12-0 last week, but they had enough fortitude about them, and hey, we got to get going. And they put 28 up on the board in the second half. So,
and I think Mr. Franklin from
Rock Hill style of game,
yeah,
that's not going to match up with Gallia very well.
I think Mr. Franklin from Gallia, and who was the other? Shamblin. I think they're going to have pretty good nights out there.
And Hines.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, got one more. Back to you, Coach. This is home Colgrove. They're the home team. They're 4-3 and 1-3 in the league. They're playing Ironton tonight, 6-1, 4-0. Of course, we just said that Colgrove lost to Gallia 28-12, and then Ironton beat Rock Hill 42-0.
Well, I'm going to upset here. Ironton gets safe.
Did you hit your head? Did you hit your head today?
No, that's a good point. But the upset is Ironton doesn't get a running clock till the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Coach Gorby?
Wow. This has been kind of a heated one the last couple years. But still, I think Ironton continues to do what Ironton does tonight. And puts one on the Hornets tonight.
I agree with both of you, and I think that the people down at the Grove are going to be disappointed tonight. I think they're going to get them. All right, so last game. Us tonight in Portsmouth. I'm going to call first on this game because we're going to let Coach Harris pick last on this one. I'm going Dragons. I'm going 28-18 tonight.
This game's been extremely close the last few years. A couple years ago on this field, absolute, what is it, quagmire?
Oh, my God. Oh, it was
nasty. I think that was the very first pregame show that we had done. We done it out there underneath a tent and watched it pour the rain the whole time we were doing it. Close game last year down there, close game. But I still think
it was cold down there last year. Remember that, Coach, on top of that press box?
Oh, yes.
Yes, it was.
And the guy who sold the hot sauce.
35-14 Dragons.
Hey, that's a good score. I don't think the Dragons want to lose their homecoming game. knowing there's just going to be a ton of alumni here tonight, band members, cheerleaders, and just spectators. So I think the Dragons are going to, say, hey, we got work to do here. It's not going to be a cupcake walk by any means, but I think they'll put 35 up, but I'm going to say 35-21 Dragons.
I think it's a good pick. Again, field is not too bad out here. I know Coach Jackson and some of his guys were out here. I was out here finishing, getting ready, setting some stuff up, and they were out here with blowers on the field trying to blow a few spots.
Well, Coach, you and I put a few bags of speedy drying cat litter out here. So.
There are more than a few. I think that comes by the pallet. I see Coach Jackson walking out there to check his field. Again, it's senior night here at Jim Mayo Stadium. Those activities are going to start about 6:30. We're going to be live on the live stream. I'm going to be the one actually reading those upstairs, so we'll have those live for you at 6:30.
Coach, we got a new pregame sponsor.
We do have a new pregame sponsor. Rockwood Baptist Church is our pregame sponsor, and I'm going to pull up here what Mr. Alt had sent me. My phone they're using for something else over there. Rockwood Baptist Church, Sunday school starts at 10 a.m., Sunday morning service at 10:50, Sunday evening service at 7 p.m., and Wednesday Bible study at 7 p.m. also. So, again, you're looking for a place that you may want to find home. Maybe Rockwood Baptist is the place to go. We're joined by Coach Mike Jackson here tonight. Coach, I've seen you out there walking on the field a little bit. I know you were out there earlier when I was here using some blowers out there. Field doesn't look too bad. I know there's a couple spots here and there, but kind of give us a take on that. What have you seen on film this week, Coach?
There's a few wet spots still, but I think it'll dry up by game time. So I think we'll be all right. Might have a couple slick spots. But Highland, Foreman runs the ball hard. He had a good week last week. He's had a couple weeks. He's had over 200 yards. So, of course, we got to stop him on that. And their quarterback got quick feet. They'll do some read with him, read pull. So stop that. And they got a good lineman in 60. I think his name's Bourne. He's good on both sides of the ball. So, it should be a good ball game for us.
It should be. Coach, I don't want to tug at the heartstrings or anything yet. I know it's going to be kind of an emotional night here, being senior night. Going to be a special night for that number 12 here again tonight, and a special night for you. I know Peyton's working his way up through the record books. He's got in this senior class also, they're going for their school record in wins as a team, correct?
Yep, they're tied now with last year's team, 31. So next win gives them 32. And, anytime that happens, that means your group was good, but the group ahead of you was probably good, and you got people behind you. It's good,
right?
Because you got to have, to have 4 good years, 4 winning seasons is not the easiest thing to do. No. So,
Coach, I was talking to you earlier today. Peyton's got 63 TDs, 11 rush, 74. One more, he gets 75, and we were talking about it, and I thought, well, maybe that's close to record, but we looked it up. Scotty Hutchinson has 94.
Yeah, that's what. So. When we talked about it, I was like, the first name that come to mind for total touchdowns was Scotty Hutchinson, because I know he played all 4 years there. And
he had 40 in 1 year.
He had 40, 41.
You all might. I was thinking of. I didn't know how long I hear the Stiltner name and the J.D. Leap back in the day, and I remember the Kevin and Lee Vose boys, and But I was trying to think. I was like, he's probably up there in the top few with them, but. To be mentioned with Scotty Hutchinson's pretty good,
It is. It really is. We know that Scotty was at 94, and we only had 3
years.
seasons.
Yeah.
We don't have his freshman year. We know he's the leading rusher in school history, the leading point in school history, but we don't have his freshman year. So I've asked Scotty, and Scotty says, I don't know. I don't know that I can find any of those. So, but. Again, we know Peyton's had an impressive career, and all these seniors. You look at Bryson Hunt. Brighton's a 4-year starter kid. All these kids have had the opportunity. They played in the regional final. Their sophomore year, correct?
Yeah, we some websites has us locked in. I guess mathematically, I don't think we are 100% locked for the playoffs, but we're like 99% locked. So with winning night, we'll be locked in for sure. So it'll do 2 things tonight. It would, of course, get us. We'd be 5-0 at home, and that's always what you want to do. Go 5-0 at home. It'd give the seniors a record for most wins in a career, and it'd be the first group to make the playoffs all 4 years of their career. So I mean, that's a lot of accomplishments.
Yes, it certainly
that's on
is.
the line tonight for these kids. So, and I've been fortunate enough to coach Hunt and Dixon and Spence and McLean and my boy, of course, and Christian since the time they started. You know, this is Peyton's 13th year of playing football for Fairland. I've been lucky enough to coach him. And he's been unfortunate enough maybe to have me coach him all the way through, you know. But when you, like last year's group, Steeler, Mason, and Steve, and I'd had since day one. And I've had this group since day one. So, you know, I'll focus on being the coach for the game, but afterwards it'll be, I ain't going to lie and say it ain't going to be hard on me.
Well, the good news is, Coach, you know, unfortunately it's the last regular home season game, but we plan on, the three of us, and I'm sure you do too, we plan on playing a couple more here.
Yeah,
it's over with.
We should have this one and two more, you know,
Right.
if everything goes the way I plan it and the way these guys has worked, we'll have two more here to celebrate. So,
Well, Coach, good luck to you.
I got one more thing to
Okay.
say, Tom. Coach, I appreciate you being transparent, and what I mean by that is you're not afraid for us to come and stream your games every week.
no, I mean,
You know, there's a lot of coaches that don't like, they don't like other people watching what you do, whatever. You're like, hey, this is what we're going to do.
come
Stop
it.
us.
That's,
And I appreciate you being transparent like
Yep.
that, because that says a lot for your character.
well, I believe, like, we don't hide anything, you know. I believe that, you know, make them practice it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, if they're afraid of something they see, then they got to spend 10 minutes of practice time on it. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
whatever. So, you know, but
Yeah, you know what? I was going to tell you this. That I remember all these coaches I used to talk to, and when Coach Harris was coaching, they said the thing they hated was because he had so many daggone formations. He formationed you death. I looked at him and said, guys, he runs about 8 plays.
Yeah, we ran the same play out of Houston, our pro, it didn't matter. Did it?
Yeah.
We ran this, whatever. We could run the same play out of. It just looked like we had a million different plays.
Right.
Right.
But we was running the same play out 3 or 4 different formations. So, so that was a lot of fun. And you know, I should have brought it out here, but I didn't think. But I got my was my dad's, but I got a 1993 hat.
Is that
Here
right?
for it was my dad's hat, and I heard that they're on the '93 team tonight, so thought I'd bring the hat. So when I take a picture with Peyton afterwards, you know, my dad and mom can be here maybe. So
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
9-1, baby.
I hope
That's right.
I'll be.
Hey, it's got to be. It's going to be one of our next trivia questions.
Yeah, it only happened a few times. hasn't it?
What coaches? What first-year coaches in Fairland history went 9-1?
Well, let's
It's going to
finish.
be me and you, baby.
That's right. Let's get it tonight, and I got to get 2 more for that.
That's right.
That's
Right.
right.
Coach,
That's
we're
right.
going to see you in the winter
No
circle in
doubt
about
in
3
my
hours.
Hey,
Good luck, baby.
good luck, baby.
Appreciate y'all a bunch.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You know, as Coach Jackson was talking about, we were talking at lunch today. We're going to honor the 1993 team tonight. 30 years since we were all out here. It only seems about like 2 or 3, but it's been crazy. It's been 30 years.
It's fun, wasn't it?
It was fun. We're going to honor the 03 team, who's been 20 years since they made the playoffs, and the 13 team, which was 10 years. You know, and as we go back to that 93 team, Coach, it's kind of crazy or kind of ironic. We were talking about how many we thought was coming in, and we kind of made a list of some people we knew was going to be here. You're going to be up in the box working. I'm down here as the athletic director and doing some things down here. We got Coach Jackson, who's now our head coach. Mark Hinkle, thank you. Mark Hinkle, who is our defensive coordinator. So a lot of guys are still involved, still around. We got J.D. Dinwiddie, who's down in Henderson.
He's coach at Roberson High School.
Roberson High School.
They're having a great year.
Yeah, his
Having
son
is
son.
is killing it,
quarterback.
man.
Right.
And probably up for Player of the Year.
Yeah. So a lot of those guys, I know Damian Southard is going to be here off that 93 team. J.D. Smith, who's here, he's coaching. You know, as I look around at the staff, there's every time we all play together. So a lot of those guys are going to be here tonight, but they're not going to be able to step out there on the track because they're all going to be busy doing something. So again, if you're watching this, you remember the 93 team, the 03 team, or the 13 team. Come, we're going to call you out on the track and,
You know
we're
what's
gonna
sad?
introduce you.
Our 03 head coach is not even here tonight.
Who's that?
Brian Ward.
Brian,
He's
that's
not here.
He's
Why
not
is he
here.
not here tonight?
It's his granddaughter's birthday party, so Brian's
Oh.
not here tonight. We got Killer was walking in. He's a member of that 93
That's right.
coaching
Yeah,
staff.
yeah.
So
Special teams coach.
Special teams. Brian was on that 93 93 staff team.
Yeah, and I was the guy that
defensive coordinator.
And I was the guy that ended up going all over Hell's Half Acre to go scout every week.
Top-notch scout.
Yeah.
You know, the one story I'll tell about Coach Ward quick. We were out at Tulsa, and this was the next year, 94. Coach, we're double overtime, triple overtime, something. And pretty important moment. Where's Coach Ward at? He's over in the porta potty.
You better not tell this. He's going to get mad at you.
Using the restroom.
we were down at Williamson, and I left to do the same thing. And I said, "You got him, Brian." Hey, you got to go. You got to go.
Got to go. So a lot of fun times. Some of my best memories are being an assistant coach with you guys, and now as the athletic director, you get to experience a lot of different things, a lot of good times here at Fairland and stuff. Homecoming tonight, a lot of classes coming back. Alumni band. My wife's in the alumni band tonight. She has a majorette. My girls absolutely love watching her come out here and to be able to do that. They're amazed that hey, the old woman can still do it.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of teachers who we have. I know Ann Clark's going to be a majorette. Miss Buckley was in the band. Do we have any others?
Oh, Renee Dorn was a cheerleader.
Renee Dorn was cheerleader.
Renee Marshall.
I'm sorry, yeah, Renee Marshall. Tessa Leap Green was cheerleader, our principal. But they're going and Dara Snyder Wood.
Yeah,
right.
She
cheerleader.
They're all going to be kind of with some homecoming activities where we're going to crown our homecoming queen, Ashley's the mom, Miss Kaylee Sawyer.
You're showing your age.
Kaylee Sawyer, yeah.
Top-notch softball pitcher.
Yes, she is. Yes, she
Coach,
is.
you know what we told her today? We were teasing her. She's going through the lunch line. Coach Gorby said, "Hope you don't have them sharp heels on tonight." And he said, "Because we're not going to laugh at you when you fall. We're going to laugh with you." And I looked and I said, "That'll be the Codgers play of the week."
So we got homecoming king.
Yeah.
I can't remember who that is. Noah Markham.
Yeah, it's Noah
Markham. Is going to be our homecoming king. Senior attendant.
That's Sarah's boy.
Yes,
it is.
Sarah Markham's boy. Katie Stitt is fire queen, and Bree Allen's senior attendant. I don't know the rest of them.
And we got that fire prevention parade next Thursday night.
Yep.
In Proctorville.
We do.
And then it's going to be a week later, maybe, on a Saturday at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Rome
volunteer. Got a lot of big things coming up this week as we start wrapping it up here. Volleyball team's got 2 games left. They're 1 game up in the league. They got to win at least one of those. But
they got Chesapeake and at
they're
Gallia.
at Chesapeake and at Gallia. So they got to win one of those 2. Those are 2 battles for the
big game.
But
battle.
you know what? That gets them prepped for the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
congratulations to Kylie Bruce last night.
Oh, yeah.
Lone senior. They honored her last night, and you talk about a top-notch quality kid.
She is. She's super.
Kylie's been arguing with Mr. Carroll and I. Coach, let me ask you. I know you spent a lot of time in the gym. That front volleyball line, what is it? Does it have a name? Not the one they serve from, but the other one up here.
No, I don't. I tell you the truth, though, I know that you can't spike if you're behind that line.
Right. And that's why we called it the spike line.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably what it is, something like that. But only the 3. You can come up from the back and set, but you cannot come up from the back and spike.
So we were calling it the spike line, and Kylie was arguing with us and said it was the 10-foot line. I said, okay, well, we're going to call it the spike line because that's what
we're not volleyball guys. So.
Right. But they're having a great year, and Coach Hayes has done an outstanding job.
She has. Soccer teams are in action here. Chesapeake and Gallia, both very physical ball games next week, Tuesday and Thursday. Thursday night's going to be senior night against Chesapeake here, so come out and support the senior soccer players. We got several of them. Cross country is off. The varsity cross country is off this Saturday because of homecoming. They'll go to Gallipolis on Monday. Middle school cross country is going to
Ironton.
Big shout out to my daughter and her soccer team. They won the first round of the tournament, got beat 3-2 down at Portsmouth in the second round. I seen Gallipolis beat Portsmouth for the championship. Great season by her and Coach Jesse Lewis. Great season. Volleyball still playing. They start tournament this coming week. Is that correct, or next week?
I have no idea.
No
but
idea?
I'd say it coming up pretty soon.
Well, Lola, he has no clue when. Lola and Stella, he has no clue when to come and watch you play this week.
I know they have two. They have 2 games left in the regular season. That's this coming week, and then as far as the tournament, I don't know.
Pegstra will have it on the calendar on the fridge. So.
Somebody will send it to us.
That's right. So we're going to get off of here. We're going to be back on by 6:30 with senior night activities. We're going to film those and broadcast those for you, so those that are at home can watch the seniors who ain't able to come out tonight.
Coach, we'll start broadcasting.
Who's going to do the PA tonight?
I'm going to start out on the PA system, and then Mr. Jason Morris is going to come in and relieve
Jason,
me.
Hey, great guy.
He's going to come in and relieve me. I think he said, I'm paying for the food. I'm going to come in and eat.
He should. And by the way, Coach, you need to mention these people popping up on the screen for people at home.
Yes.
I do. We had the Clark's Fruit and Vegetable Farm Athlete of the Week. We had Miss Katie Stitt. Katie is a UCA All-American cheerleader. Katie's also on our soccer team. She's done some amazing things. She was the Female Athlete of the Week. And Mr. Tristan Daly, 4 sacks. If that doesn't get you Athlete of the Week, nothing will. So, Mr. Tristan Daly, congratulations to those 2 individuals. Again, the Clark's Fruit and Vegetable Farm Athlete of the Week. We present that each week. So,
and our pregame sponsor before we go again
sponsor is Rockwood Baptist Church down on Rockwood Avenue in Chesapeake. They have Sunday school services at 10. I believe it was church at 10:50 and 7 p.m. on Sunday, and then Bible study on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Again, we'll be back here just a little before 6:30, and then I'll have the call for the senior night. And then at halftime, we will take care of the homecoming court.
We got a lot to do tonight.
I got a lot.
Hey, we got some good trivia too, buddy.
Got some good food coming. Camden Corner taking care of us tonight. Chicken tenders, sides, and dessert.
But they said anybody over 60 wasn't allowed to have any, so that means I'm still in.
I told you guys, quit making me laugh.
So, Dragon Nation, we'll be back here in just a little bit. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.